Hello, and welcome to Loose Butthole Reviews. This is Mortal Kombat 1995.
Hello.
So, Spooge, for this one, you gotta give your rating first.
2 out of 5.
And this is probably going to be a first for the channel in general, but this is going to be there's going to be certain things that we review on this channel that I just can't give a number rating. It's just far too disappointing. And it's what I'm going to call a Jeff Goldblum.
Ooh.
Yes, this.
For context,
Jeff Goldblum. What does Jeff Goldblum want?
I want my money back. And I want angels to give it to me. And pixies to count it out for me, and a gnome or a hobbit or an elf to sleep at the foot of my bed, and I just want them all over my backyard. But no matter what happens with any of that, I do want my money back.
you don't hate Jeff Goldblum for context.
No, there should be a clip that a clip should have played.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a little
And
clip.
hopefully it doesn't get stricken down and shadow banned by the evil all-seeing eye.
Yeah. It should be safe. It should be safe. But
Oh.
yeah, it's technically this is the second Jeff Goldblum, but this is definitely probably going to air before the first official Goldblum is actually recorded and stuff, because that script is still being worked on currently. So
Okay.
yeah, this ain't the first Jeff Goldblum for the channel, but it's definitely the first Jeff Goldblum to air.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess I don't know can't think of what the other Jeff Goldblum is.
It's about the current script that I'm working on.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, nostalgia did not carry this too far.
It
Like some parts was like okay, and like honestly, I still enjoyed it more
yeah,
than the remake,
it
or not the remake, or the newest one.
it's
I
good
don't
for
know.
nostalgia, but it just
I mean, it's funny.
it's funny. It's campy. But it just shits all over the lore of of the established lore of Mortal Kombat. I'm not gonna
I mean,
lie.
like, it doesn't bother me because I don't ever have ever followed Mortal Kombat lore. So even just as an outsider, it's just kind of a mess. So they kind of, I don't know, they kind
Yeah,
of
they
dump
kind of mesh
things
together a
out of
few
nowhere.
characters and they change a few
It
characters. It's kind of weird.
basically it's all they do is just like, oh, like we'll just give this basic backstory, and then it's like, oh, what's a name we can use? Well, what's a name from Mortal Kombat? Oh, we'll just that guy kind of looks like that guy. We'll just make him the ancestor,
And
and then the
you
fans will
talking
like that we
about
name
me
dropped
getting
him.
upset about them making Liu Kang fucking the
Yeah,
descendant of Kun
that's
Lao?
exactly that's exactly what they thought about that. That's exactly how
Like
it
no,
happened. They're
that's not
just
even
like, what should his ancestor be?
there's supposed to be a character called there's supposed to be a character called Kun Lao that has a hat. You know the he
Yeah, yeah.
he's supposed to be the actual descendant of Kung Lao. That's why I was like they literally just like shat all over like all Mortal Kombat lore.
But yeah, they were just basically like, well, what's some things from Mortal Kombat. We'll just smash it in here real quick.
Yeah, they didn't
There,
really
there you
take
go.
and granted, this is 1995, so I believe like there's only 3 arcade games, so it's not like the at the time the lore was like officially established. It was still kind of more in the air. It
Hmm.
wasn't dead set. So at the time, I would probably rate this. I would probably give it a number rating, but with the established lore and everything, if any newcomers or to be honest anybody revisiting this film that's a Mortal Kombat should blatantly see all the flaws in it. Like there's so many flaws in this film that I can't even begin. I don't even know where to begin. There's like 5 characters that they did justice, and
Mm, yeah. I mean,
and
I can't even say for that.
the 3 main ones, Liu Kang, they kind of did justice. They fucked up his backstory, but you can't really, that's just shitting on the lore. That's not actually, a negative
Mm.
towards the character itself. Johnny
Well, I
Cage,
just
they
meant I can't. I
nailed
couldn't
pretty
judge.
well. Sonya Blade, they nailed.
Hmm.
Kano, they knocked out of the park with this one.
Needed
This
more. Needed more Kano.
Yeah, this is I believe this established like Kano's like personality and stuff because Kano wasn't really like this before this in the arcades or anything, but this kind of shifted
Mm.
Kano, and that's what I love about it. So Kano was pretty decent, and of course
You miss me, baby.
there's a reason why the actor of Shang Tsung came back to play Shang Tsung again in Mortal Kombat 11. It's because he just plays Shang Tsung so well.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fun, and he has a good villain face. He
Yeah,
can.
for sure. It's just that's pretty much the only positive. I mean, they don't even do Scorpion and Sub Zero look like they're supposed to, but they're not. They're not Scorpion and Sub Zero. They're people that look
Yeah.
like Scorpion and Sub Zero, but I mean, Sub Zero gets defeated by a bucket of water.
True. And I like how like the biggest like actual like seemed like the most stake or like the longest fight was just with Reptile.
Yeah, like they try to like something tells me some Mortal Kombat fan finally got a job and saw what they were doing with Reptile and like decided to write like get a scene added in to like do Reptile some justice.
Mm.
Cause for the most part, Reptile is just fucking shit on the whole movie basically, until the he gets the best fight. I mean, that so they did him a little justice.
He is I remember him being bad, but damn. Because I mean
Yeah, that was
that's bad for the
terrible.
time.
That was
That's I
terrible
mean
for even
that's
the time. Yeah, that there was no call for that. Like the spear thing, like they put all the CGI work into Scorpion's spear, and they didn't need to do that at all.
nope.
And
Fuck.
yet, I hate that they gave Johnny Cage the most prominent, especially Goro. Like Liu Kang's supposed to kill Goro. Like that's like he's supposed to kill Goro, and
Mm.
then he's supposed to kill Shang Tsung. That's supposed to be what happens. Like and not and Goro's not supposed to fall off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, just Cliff, Death by Cliff,
Like
just glitched him off.
a ring out, fucking that's bullshit.
And of course, he had to have the net shot.
Well, yeah, well that's cool. That was pretty good. That's one of Johnny Cage's moves. So I actually like that. That was pretty good. It's just
Mm.
shouldn't have been done on Goro. It should have been done on somebody else. It would have been good if he'd done it on Scorpion, but I I strongly wish they did the Scorpion versus Sub-Zero fight. I have no clue why they didn't do that. That is the everybody. Even back then, I know for a fact that that was a thing. The Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. That they should have had that established. They should have did that. That was so disappointing what they did with those characters.
Mm. I think they just pretty much said Ninja's bad.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's
It's
pretty.
Team Ninja.
And the original Sub-Zero is kind of bad. He's not really he's supposed to be fighting for Earthrealm though, but he is kind of bad because he's for
Hmm.
more Shang Tsung, I believe. But then of course Scorpion kills him, so to avenge
Mm.
his family, which that's going into actual Mortal Kombat lore.
Gotcha.
Because the freaking sorcerer Quan Chi devised a plan to where the Lin Kuei went and killed the Shiryu, and that was Scorpion. That's the Lin Kuei is Sub Zero's clan, and the Shiryu is fucking Scorpion's clan, and they annihilated all Scorpion's family and killed Scorpion and everything, and Quan Chi resurrected Scorpion as a revenant to fight in the Mortal Kombat, and his sole purpose was to kill Sub-Zero.
What do you think of Harrison Forehead as a Raiden?
That it's hilarious, but it's
What?
definitely a terrible casting choice. Like whoever thought of that,
He was really inconsistent with the voice was very inconsistent because
he definitely
sometimes it was
phoned
like
in
he
his
was doing
performance.
like a Batman
This was
thing.
definitely a paycheck for that actor.
Because like all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, like especially when he first started talking, because he was kind of talking normal, then all of a sudden he was like,
Yeah, you get all
like
gurgly,
whoa.
like he had to drink some water or something there for a second. It got really
It's like
annoying.
whoa. It's like you're supposed to be the good guy, right?
Yeah, I know
You
exactly what
sound
you
like
mean.
you're trying to be the villain. You sound like you're trying to threaten me. And it felt like it was kind of on and off.
Yeah,
Definitely
for sure.
inconsistent, it felt like.
He's not a good Raiden. It's a hilarious Raiden, but it's not a good Raiden. I'm not gonna sit here and try to defend it's a decent Raiden or anything.
You know, we'll just meet in the middle. He's a white god. You
He's more
make him,
like a he's he's the
he's a
dad.
Yahweh.
He's the dad that's going to Comic Con with his 27-year-old son that wants to cosplay as Mortal Kombat characters together.
Has Raiden never even ever looked like that?
Yeah, I don't
Because
think
he's kind
so.
of,
You can
he kind of
say
just
that
looked
he's
like he
white
was.
in the arcade because it's kind of hard to tell.
No,
You
I mean,
know,
like, we're not even looking at his like ethnicity. Has he ever just looked like a long-haired guy in a robe
no,
only? Just
no, not until this movie.
like Jesus Christ, like
No,
God.
no, no, no.
Okay.
But they do
'Cause he's supposed
have
to have a hat too.
they did make this
They,
Raiden they made this Raiden, this Sonya Blade, and this Johnny Cage skins in Mortal Kombat 11,
mm,
and the voice actors I think returned to do the voices. When you play the skins, it's the actual voice actors and shit.
oh yeah, and Sonya.
Sonya Blade was decent. She was decent. If that was Jax, that's when if that was the
Sonya, no.
like that's when I was I got skeptical on the film. I was like, hold up, wait a minute.
Was
I
he
don't
even
remember
ever even
this.
referred to by name? Or
So
do they just like leave it up for interpretation?
I guess.
Because I know in the next movie they have Jax, but it's a different actor.
Yeah, they recast. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they recast the whole. The only people that return to the film, I believe, is uh the three main.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they change everybody else, which that's perfectly fine.
Hmm.
But it's
I wonder what they did with Raiden
I don't remember, but it's
in that
probably gonna
film.
be a while before. It's gonna be a
Honestly,
while.
I mean, I don't know. I used to think that this was better than Annihilation, but I feel like
Annihilation's gonna
Annihilation
be
actually
better.
R?
Annihilation actually might get. I don't even care that it like the rating did affect this movie drastically, but I know for a fact Annihilation actually might get a number rating from me.
Okay. That'd be actually interesting to see, because I don't remember a lot from that movie.
I
I remember enjoying it.
I remember
Fine.
nostalgia goggles, and like I said, the TV version is cut down drastic. A lot of the talking scenes are taken out for TV because I don't remember a lot of these talking scenes. Like I remember some of them, but
I
some
do
of them
remember.
are like even shorter, like in the TV
I
version.
remember a lot of these scenes because I've seen this movie and like I've had like the full theatrical cut,
Yeah, I never
and
owned
stuff.
this. Like I never owned it
Yeah,
like that. So
but it did feel long. Like it was like I wouldn't actually like this. It's kind of fun as this is. Honestly, it's like that's why I'm not even gonna put it like at a 2.5 or something. This isn't even really that great to riff on. It's just kind of like okay, that was that. I don't actually. I feel like I don't need to ever watch this again. Actually, now I
yeah,
feel like it's like go
that
like
was that.
I was always like, oh yeah, I wonder about that film. I always enjoyed that film. I watched that film a lot, but now it's like, oh yeah, I could just never see that again.
Yeah, for sure. I know exactly how you feel. I never have to watch Mortal Kombat 1995 ever again.
Yep,
Like
that's
I
two,
might
that's a
like
good description for a 2.5. I don't regret it right now. I'm just yeah.
you better not change. So are you saying you're changing your thing to 2.5?
There you go.
Are
I
you?
don't regret it. Sorry, I got cut off by my controller.
All right, my
Um,
bad. Keep going.
I don't know where I was.
All right. Well, never mind. Never mind. All right. So your rating's still a 2 out of 5, right?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Cool. Good. 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 Had me worried there for a second.
So I was saying like if it was like a one, it'd be like I would have regretted seeing it.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
But it's like this, I like I saw it.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
didn't
I
enjoy it.
understand. I understand. Like I said, I'm coming from someone that knows like, and is an avid fan of. I started playing around the I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Shaolin Monks. It wasn't really it wasn't a traditional Mortal Kombat game. It was more of an action adventure game for like the
Hmm.
Xbox and PlayStation 2. That's when I got into Mortal Kombat, and knowing the established lore and everything, this is definitely not. I don't see where anybody can say this is a decent Mortal. Like, some of the characters look great, but that's all you can say. Like, and five of the characters are done justice, but that uh, on top of the lore and on top of the story and everything, it's an absolute mess.
I mean the all the reptile, scorpion, Sub-Zero, they look almost exactly like they're like the first game sprites,
They would have
but
done Scorpion.
also they
Sorry, we got interrupted there. All right. So you were saying about what Sub Zero and Scorpion look like?
yeah, was saying that they look similar, not exactly similar, to the kind of like that they're kind of like simple outfits in the very first one, like when it was like when it looked like real people
Yeah. Well, it
in
was real
costumes.
people. It
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah. It. To be honest, I was gonna.
But anyway,
I liked your comment earlier when you said that they look like the Halloween costume that you get from.
yeah, that's what I was getting into. Yeah,
Like it looked exactly like the Halloween costume you get from Party City.
pretty much.
Which you can't really, complain. You know how many times I got those? And they also would change the color too. They changed the color.
No,
Yeah,
I never
and it
actually.
wasn't exactly. They didn't call it Scorpion. They would call it the Yellow Ninja and the Blue Ninja, the
Ah,
Green Ninja. But you know what it's about.
mm. So that's pretty much it about this movie.
I was going to get into something about it. I just can't remember what now. After since we got rudely interrupted.
Oh well.
Yeah, it must have not been that
Off,
important.
off to the bin with this one.
Yeah, yeah, definitely
It'll
Jeff
be
Goldblum for
recycled
me.
and
It's
made into shoes for the poor.
I want my money back for sure.
And we didn't even pay for anything. We should have got paid to watch this.
Yeah,
That's what should have
yeah.
happened.
I don't suggest anybody watch this to be honest. I guess if you're a Mortal Kombat fan and you want a good laugh and you want to see where the current Kano came from, then yeah, this would be it. But
Just look up the Kano scenes on
yeah, look up the
YouTube,
Kane.
and
Look
you
up a
have a funny
compilation of
laugh.
the best scenes from this movie on
Yeah,
YouTube or something, and then go
or just
watch
all Kano
Annihilation.
scenes.
Because I know for a fact, I know we haven't reviewed it yet, and I know we haven't watched it yet, but I know for a fact because a lot of the scenes that I remembered, none of it was in here, so I'm going to assume that they're from Annihilation, which are they're
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
So
kind of how I felt too.
so yeah, uh, this is a Jeff Goldblum for me.
And a 2 out of 5 for me.
Thank you for listening this long. Like, share, subscribe, all that goodness. And this will be a bye bye.
Tip your waiter, tip your waitress. Goodbye.